So, what's up, YouTube? It's Tao Trades, and as you can see from the picture on the screen and the title of this video, I have passed my first Top Step funded challenge, 50K. And in this video, we're just gonna dive into my thought process, how I'm feeling since passing it, um, how I was when I was trading, and yeah, just talk about basically where I'm at mentally since passing the challenge. So let's get right into it. So basically, um, I passed the challenge, you can see, on the 16th. Today is the 19th, Saturday. So the 16th, I believe, was a Thursday. Um, 3 days ago. No, that was a Wednesday. So, yeah, Wednesday. So I passed it on a Wednesday. Took one trade. I have my trade tracker pulled up. We'll get to that a little later. We'll go over basically in, like, not the charts exactly, but um, my personal trade tracker on a Excel sheet that I track my trades. I'll show you guys that later on in this video. But yeah, we're just basically just gonna talk about how I'm feeling. So, like I said, it was on a Wednesday, and I was excited. I'm excited now. It hasn't really hit me totally. Um, Basically, since I passed a challenge, I've kind of just been real even set and just, I wouldn't say nonchalant, but just kind of focused on continuing to do what I was doing to get funded, because the cliche job's not finished. That is kind of how I'm feeling, but I don't want to diminish the fact that this is my first challenge passed, and that it's a pretty big deal because a lot of people don't get here. So I don't want to completely just um, diminish the fact that I had an accomplishment, no matter how big or small, but um, there's still a long way to go, and the goal is to now get funded, get a payout. So that's what I'm gonna be focused on this upcoming week. This weekend is taking forever, even though it just hit Saturday. I feel like I've been funded for like a week now, and I'm just excited to trade this week. So this will be the first full week I get, and basically Top Steps rules are, once you get funded, you have to pay the activation fee. I paid that, and you have to have 5 winning days of $200 or more. So the first day I traded, which was Thursday, I had one of those days, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit. So day 1 out of 5 complete. Friday was Yesterday was Good Friday, so markets were closed. That's why I had the days mixed up. Yeah, the markets were closed on Friday. No one traded, so I was cool with that, to sit on it and just kind of reflect and prepare for next week. I'll probably start. I'll do some back testing probably later tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, so yeah, it's a cool accomplishment. I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna print this out or not. I was thinking about it. I've seen other traders do it. Maybe put it behind me or something, but I probably won't do that until I get a payout. Even if it's just one payout, I feel like this certificate means a little more if it translate into the end goal, which is a payout. So we'll probably just leave this in the vault on my phone, or on a computer for the time being. But I guess since I already told you guys the fun part, here is my trade tracker. Now, I have trades all the way up from, I believe, February, but I'm not going to go up there. I probably, like I said, that'll be in another video. I'll show all my trades from, I believe, the beginning of February all the way until April. So that's when I started tracking. I was trading, for a year, but I didn't start, doing this and create this Excel sheet until February. So these are my trades from the account that I just got funded on. There was many other accounts I failed, multiple other accounts, not a whole lot, less than 10, less than 7, I believe. But yeah, I got this account on April 7th, and basically this might be confusing to some of you guys because you don't know what this is, but I'll go through that. Basically, this is the date. These are the dates basically I traded, and then if you'll see multiple of the same dates, that means that's how many trades I took in a day. Like I was explaining in my last video, my rules was two, but as you can see, when I break it down, you understand why there's so many same dates and trades in one day. So this A section is the date that I took the trade. Um, B section is the time I took the trade. C is whether I bought or sold. D, win or loss, hence the color red, loss, green, win. E is the pair or instrument I traded. As you can see, US 30 is my bread and butter. F is the time frame, how long I was in the trade. G is the P&L. H is the amount of points and how many contracts I was risking on that trade. And I, which I had to extend, which I'll probably change that up a little bit because I feel like it's a little too long. They've gotten smaller, but when I show you guys in the next video why I had to increase it, it was just, I just need to make it simpler of explaining why I got in the trade. It's really, all this stuff is for me to go back and look at. But I understand it when I'm writing it down. So, yeah, started on the 7th. We lost 490. It was in that trade for a minute. If you look in the F section, I'm not in my trades really for longer than 10 minutes. On average, it's probably around 5 to 7 minutes that I'm in a trade. Even less, like not too many, 10-minute plus trades. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, what, 3 trades that I was in over 3-4 trades that I was in over 10 minutes. So, and then you see a lot of 1 minutes. So when I started this, like if you watch my previous video or if you are into trading and know anything about the markets and stocks, Trump has the markets very volatile right now, and a lot of things are dumping. Hence the tariffs and just Trump's power in the markets kind of just do that like they did in 2020. I wasn't trading back then, but if you trade, So a lot of these, if you look, there are a lot of sells. Where's that at? Yeah, so it's a lot of selling going on. I would say most of my wins are sells because that's just the direction the market is heading. And since getting this account and now being funded and seeing my P&L and wins percentage, I think my win rate right now is around 70% almost. It may not look like it, but and my wins are usually bigger than my losers. So, yeah, it's just a lot of selling going on because that's what's making me money and that's what the market's presenting to me, and I'm just going to take what the market presents to me. So it's still a part of my strategy, supply and demands in like key areas, but because the market's moving so much, there's a lot of structure being broken. So if we go through these trades here, we'll see a lot of like this 1 minute strong candle, 13 EMA breakout off a 5-minute high probability demand, prices consolidated in 5-minute zone. If you don't understand that, I'll break it down. Basically, what did I take? A buy. 1 minute strong candle. So I took a buy. Oh. Yeah, 13 EMA breakout. 13 EMA is a moving average I use. BO means breakout, meaning the candle closed above the 13 EMA on the 1 minute, and it reached a 5-minute high probability demand zone, which is an area of a strong area where sellers are sitting at to buy price and maybe a level that I want to pay attention to where price can bounce off of and I can enter a position, which is what I did, and I lost 49 points, which that's a hefty loss for me. Looking at it, it's probably my biggest loss on the account. Yeah, I believe that was my biggest loss on the account. It was the first trade on the account. So we're not going to go through every single one. We're just going to skim. And I trade pre-market. Rarely will you see a setup that I take after 9 o'clock because that just works for my schedule. So it's 9:32. This is 7. A lot of these are all between 7 o'clock to like 8:30. And that's kind of, my time frame of trading. Yeah, I rarely take a trade after 9 o'clock because it just doesn't fit into my schedule. So, and as you can see, there's a lot more green than red, which was besides this day, and I believe I made it all back. Yeah, 7:15, and then same day I lost 120 and then made 380. So I took a lot of trades on the 15th and the 14th, and despite this big red area, I still haven't had a red day on the month, so that's pretty good. This is the best month I've had ever, and I believe that's a big reason why I ended up getting funded. Was obviously, if you're having a great month, then whether you're on a live account or a funded account, you should see some profits at some point. So yeah, the greens really outweigh a lot of the red. My winners are a lot bigger, and I went on multiple, consecutive win streaks. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4 day win streak. Well, the win streaks basically from the first of the month to now, which is the 19th. So yes, I've lost trades, but at the end of the day, when I closed my charts, I was in profit every day this month, and you know that eventually ended up getting me funded. Um, so that's pretty much the gist. You guys are probably looking through them and putting the math together yourself and just analyzing it yourself if you trade, and if not, then. Um, but yeah, if you have any questions, you can just comment them. So yeah, this is basically how I track my trades, and it works for me. I'm gonna, you know, tighten it up a little more and make it a little more simplified as I go on, because I think there's some things in here that I don't need to, like the time that I'm in a trade. I don't think that needs to be tracked as heavily as it is currently. But yeah, that's basically it. That's the trades that I took on this account, and how much I won, how much I lost. I'll probably, after this video, tally it up and see the percentage from when I bought the account to when I passed. But yeah, this upcoming week's gonna be big. I have one day down, like you said. I need 5 days of $200 or more in profit for the day to request a payout. So basically, my first day trading, as you can see, I hit pass challenge here on the 16th. I activated the account that night. Next day, I traded made 405, and I told myself I was going to be done, but like I was watching in a Words of Wisdom podcast earlier today, kind of just wanted to get in a trade to see action, is what the guy said. I forget his name. But yeah, I entered a trade that was kind of similar to the one I went on, and I should have just been done for today, because that's good profit overall, and it was already over my $200 mark. So I'm not aiming for $200, because that means when I request a payout in 5 days, say I just win and it's all like $200 to $250, you get 50% your first payout until you get 30 days of winning on the account. So 200 times 5, that's 1,000. If I request it, I only get 500. So I'm still trying to take regular trades and get regular risk to reward and good profits, because the higher my profits, whether it's 50% or not, I still can get a higher payout. Say I win 300 or 400, every trade. That's $2,000. If I win around 400 and I request a payout getting 50%, that's $2,000. So, and I mean, math was horrible. That's $1,000. So, yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Yeah, like I said, this week's gonna be big. And my goal for this account is not to change a single thing, because why would I change anything if I got funded this way? So I'm going to continue to take the trades that are presenting itself, and continue to do what I did to get funded. And my biggest goal is to stay disciplined and not force trades. So, sorry, my dog's crying. He's about to get out, so we're about to get him out. But yeah, that was all this video is going to be. We're going to wrap it up. Just kind of wanted to give you guys a little update on me passing the challenge. If you follow my Instagram, the link will be in the description, and if you want to keep up with me there. So yeah, I don't want you guys to think I'm abandoning my dog or neglecting him. So we're going to end this. I'm going to go take him out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully we get funded by the time I upload another video. Thanks for watching. This is Tao, and I'll see you guys in the next one.